What's going on, Meta fam? We got a lot of information to cover here in today's video. But first, today marks 307 days since the MMTLP U3 halt. Here it says, FINRA has never commented on the MMTLP FOIA emails. They even put out their own FAQ before the emails became public. The FAQ attempts to frame the settlement issue as a slight oversight, but the emails now show that MMTLP had been heavily scrutinized. Very, very true. Wanted to highlight this tweet here. Buddy, copy and paste. There's recently been a huge deal here between Exxon and Pioneer. It says the $58 billion Exxon Pioneer deal divided by $250 per share equals 232 million shares. MMTLP almost has 250 million shares, which is so very similar here. A couple things to keep in mind. He says here, but Pioneer is a significantly more developed company. We might potentially have more assets in the ground, but they are in full production and we are not. Their assets are proven, ours aren't. You must take that into consideration before making estimates for MMTLP. He also says here, we are a few years away from being ready to sell our assets at this price. Pioneer is in full production. They have infrastructure and we do not. If we sell today, we will get significantly less for our assets. We must prove them first, which is very key. That's what we said even when our buddy Tony said there's a huge difference between unproven and proven assets. So even if it does take a couple years to get this baby up and running like the Pioneer here, it'll be really worth it down the road. And huge shout out here to Dallas here, Dallas AK. MMTLP, do you ever wonder how much Nextbridge hydrocarbons could get if Exxon paid Pioneer $59.5 billion or $253 a share for their 2.2 billion barrels of oil equivalent at $27.27? Follow the thread for additional data and explanation of the chart 1 of 8. So this here is just a quick rundown. I'll deactivate the camera real quick. And there we go. Okay, so we can zoom in on this now. Over here you can see the billion. We're around the 3.2 billion barrels of oil, and here you can see a $10 valuation per barrel. That would give us $127 a share, guys. That's right. And there you can see the Exxon deal would be roughly at $347 at this rate. So even the lowest point on this chart is $119. Guys, that to me is pretty good news on a couple year investment that we were buying for. I was buying 80 cents, 90 cents. I even bought some at $1. Bought some $1.50. I even bought some $3, $4. Even bought some $7 when it was going up. I just kept buying into it. The more it went up, the more I kept buying. So I know we got screwed over by FINRA. There's no denying that. But the underlying assets is why we originally invested in this. If we get any other kind of settlement or damages awarded, that's great. But to know that in the previous videos that gentleman drove by, we got all that going on. The drilling has started. And C-Plant here yesterday put this out. Here you can see Nextbridge P5 form now submitted for wells 6 and 7 are now approved. Happy drilling day, and for you naysayers, suck on this. So here you go. That's right. Down here is number 6 and 7, and these were submitted on September 27th. And they were approved October 10th. That's right. So 2 days ago, these babies are both approved. So now we got 7 wells permitted here, guys. That is huge news. So thank you to C-Plant for putting that information out there. All right. And more breaking news here today. Now, this isn't in a sense related to MMTLP directly, but it does in the overall market, and it possibly could relate to MMTLP down the road. Breaking news here. Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer threatened subpoena power over Gary Gensler and the SEC in his latest letter. Comer cites Section 24G of the Securities Exchange Act, which nothing authorizes the commission without information from Congress. And here is the actual letter. I'm not going to read everything there for you, but you can check my post out. I retweeted it. You can also check out, I believe there's a lot of people here. You got Meta News has it. I believe Busy Brands had it. A lot of other people shared it out there. So trust me, if you get on Twitter, you will definitely see this letter where he threatens it. But like I said, it does not strictly pertain to MMTLP, but it possibly could down the road. All right. Here we can see, we got this post here from Susan here, Susan Trimbath. And, okay, I can say this louder. Gary Gensler said SEC does rulemaking with authority Congress gives them. I say, if you need more authority to fix this crap, take the 10-minute walk to Capitol and get it. And that's right, exactly. We're going to listen to this clip here. This clip was back 1 year ago on the problem with Jon Stewart, October 12th. Literally 1 year to today, actually. This was published October 12th, 2022. And we're going to listen to this interview here of Mr. Gensler. We're going to listen to this clip. And let's listen to what he has to say.
What's the difference between proposals and rulemaking, and what's the process of a... First of all, as we spoke earlier, you agreed, it's not a level playing field in the market.
It's
Agreed.
not a level playing field. Let me step back a little bit. So
Sure.
Congress writes the laws. We
What?
Well,
Wait a minute.
yeah.
And how does a bill become a law?
We, the Securities and Exchange Commission, we were set up about 9 decades ago in the 1930s, and we do our rulemaking based upon what authorities Congress has given us, and then through something called the Administrative Procedures Act. No, don't nod off. I know you probably never studied this in high school civics, and it's really an important thing that the only way...
Seemed like he was being a little bit of a condescending jerk right there. But right at the very beginning, I wanted y'all to hear me out. He said, it's not a level playing field. And are they doing anything to fix it? Heck no, they're not. They're making it even worse.
We can do rule writing is we put together a proposal within our authority from Congress. We have to do a bunch of economic analysis around efficiency and competition and capital formation, put that all together, put it out to public comment, and then hear back from the public before we can actually then go forward to finalize a rule. And as I said, in terms of those listening, it's really helpful to hear from you, and especially...
Oh, I got questions, man. We put it out on Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter. We got questions, baby.
When we put proposals out...
So there you go. Will anything happen? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, a lot of information in this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, smash thumbs up. And I'll catch y'all next weekend, guys.
Per FINRA's corporate action, or corporate action, right, that came out. Basically what that means is MMTLP is being deleted as a ticker after the trading day on the 12th. So after the trading day on the 12th. 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 After the trading day on the 12th.